All right, so today we're going to put on our bean seal kit, and we've got a T40 Draper out here. It's a customer's that he brought in for an inspection, so you might see some items that need to be repaired while you're here, but anyway, he brought it down for an inspection and wanted us to throw this kit on while we had it here. So want to just kind of go over what some of the install steps are, maybe give you some hints and tricks that would help you with that install. But before we get to that, I want to make a couple pre-service statements, I guess, and for the name of safety and ease of install. So first thing, obviously, you want to do is raise your feeder house all the way up and put your feeder house safety stop down. Number one, because you're going to be under the header at times. The other thing you want to do is raise your reel all the way up, and then you've got your two red reel cylinder stops for safety, so go ahead and throw those in there. Third thing you want to do is drop this pan underneath for a couple reasons. Number one, you're going to kind of need to get up in there with your hands and things like that. Second thing is when you drop a bolt, it's going to fall down in there and you're not going to be able to retrieve it. But if you've already got it open, it'll just fall down on the ground. So some of the tools that we're going to use today, number one, you're going to need to find a buddy. Jared's with us today. And so call in a favor. It'll definitely make your life easier. You're going to need a 15 millimeter socket, a 13 millimeter socket. You're going to need an M5 hex. You're going to need a T40 Torx, and you're going to need a 13 millimeter wrench as well. You may want to grab a couple of extensions as well. Obviously, if you got your trusty Milwaukee impact, that's going to be also a big help. Last thing I want you to do, get you a 24 millimeter. And you're going to crawl in under here over on this side, and you need to loosen up the tension on your center belt. And you'll see here in a little bit why. The side curtains that we're going to put in on the side of the center belt, it makes it very difficult if you don't take that tension off. It's going to be difficult anyway. It makes it nearly impossible if you don't take the tension off of that center belt. So those are some of the prep things we want to talk about, some of the tools of the trade that you're going to need. So what you're going to get in the kit, you're going to have a bag of hardware. You're going to have a pair of side curtains. These are going to run along the side of the center belt. You're going to have a bracket shaped kind of like this for the back. And then you're going to have your rubber corner curtain to protect the holes so to not allow the beans out. So that's kind of what comes in the kit. Another thing I would definitely recommend getting, big old thick piece of cardboard. I'm gonna throw that right up in here. My knees are not as young as they used to be, and those little tabs and things like that on that belt definitely is a lot easier on your knees if you got a piece of cardboard. If you want to get one for your buddy too down on the ground underneath, that'd be preferable as well to save his knees. Maybe he'll come help you next time if you treat him good. So we'll go ahead and get started. And I'm going to climb up in the header, and we'll get rolling on the install. So the first piece we're going to install is going to be the side curtain. Now we've already got the left-hand side installed. We'll probably refer to that at times just so you can kind of see what we're up to. But the side curtain is going to sit down in on the outside of the center belt, and notice I've got this lip right here. That's going to go towards the outside of the header. The smoother side right here with the rivet heads is going to go towards the middle. Okay, I've got a couple holes here, and that's what I'm going to be putting my bolts in. The bolts you're going to use are these short ones. This is where you're going to need that M5 hex, and on the nut on the back side is a 13 millimeter. Okay, so we'll go ahead and slide that in there, and we'll go ahead and start the install process. So that bracket's going to kind of lay in there, the back hole. You can see right here, this front one is a little bit more difficult to get to. That's why you need to take the tension off your center belt so you got a little bit more flex in it so you can get the bolt in. This side doesn't look to be too bad. The left side, when we put it on, it was kind of a bear to do. One tip here, if that front bolt is a little bit difficult, you might have to kind of get it in there at an angle. and then just take your wrench and your hex wrench and just go ahead and slowly and gently thread that in there. Don't beat on it with a hammer. You'll jack the threads up on the bolt. But that's a tip on the other side. The other part about it, we'll talk about the back bolt. There's some tricks on the other side to getting it in. The good news on this one is your buddy can get to most of the bolts on the back side to put the nut on for you. And but I'm gonna go ahead and put this front bolt in. And I'll probably drop it at least twice, maybe 3 times. But push down on your rubber bolt. So I started it in there like that, and it didn't quite go all the way in. So that's when I'm going to get my M5. I'm just going to kind of thread it in there. Once you kind of get it started, you can thread it in there. Again, this side is the easier of the 2 sides. The other side is kind of a bear. So I went ahead and I got it past the edge of the rubber, and Jared's going to put the bolt on the back side for me, okay? And then he can get to it with his wrench, and I'm going to go ahead and let him tighten it up. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with the back. So again, I got my bolt. This one goes in pretty simple. Put it in, and then he can get to it. Now, on the left-hand side, what you're going to have to do, your buddy can't get to it. So you're going to have to reach in, pull this flap towards you, reach back in there with your hand and put that nut on. Okay, it's not easy, but it can be done. But it's going to take a little bit of trying and effort to do it. All right, now we're ready to put in our corner rubber piece. So what we're going to need our 15 millimeter and our 13 millimeter socket. We're going to take some hardware loose to give us access to what we need. So got them both right here. So if you have a metal tray, metal magnetic tray, that's also something that is kind of handy to have. Now you're going to retain all this hardware that I'm showing you right now. You're going to keep it and use it again. Now this one down here, I'm just going to loosen up. Just like that. You don't need to take it out. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Okay, so I got this loose right here. Okay, the next one I'm going to take out is this bolt right here. Again, you'll want to retain that bolt. All right, now my buddy Jared underneath, there's a plow bolt or a round-headed bolt right down here. He's got to take the nut off of that. Now you're going to save the nut. Make sure you save the nut off of that, but this square-headed bolt there we're not going to use. Okay, we're going to put a different bolt in there when we get that far. The last hardware you're going to take out are these 2 bolts down here. Torx, okay? They are a T40, but these 2 right here are Torx. Now when those come out, they can be kind of an ornery deal. Some of the heads I've put this on, it's been a little bit corroded, a little bit rusted, and sometimes that makes that kind of fun to take out of there. I do have pretty good luck using my impact to break them loose, but do so gently. I've gone in there like a bull in a china closet, and I've stripped them out, and I had to drill the bolts out, which is not fun. So now I'm a lot more gentle with my impact. Again, you don't need a huge one or anything like that, but sometimes just that jarring will go ahead and break it loose, which I've already got these loose, so I'm gonna go ahead and back them out. I don't want to use my impact. I don't want to take a chance of stripping them, but they're pretty loose right now. So I'll go ahead and try to get those out of there. These bolts you're not going to retain either. You're going to throw them away. So it's just a little Torx head, short Torx head bolt. We're going to replace those bolts when we go back together. Okay, so those you will not reuse, so you can throw them in the bolt bin in the shop. Okay, now we've got our hardware loose here. Now we're ready to start going back together. So I've got my rubber flap. Okay, this is kind of how it's going to be oriented. Now it's going to have a twist in it, and you'll kind of see that as we install it. I also have this bracket right here. Okay, that's going to go over the top of the rubber flap, and it's going to sit right in behind here, oriented like that. You want the angle piece towards the center. So I'm going to slide my rubber flap in there like that. You're going to line it up with these first two holes, and then this hole doesn't do anything. It was part of the bracket, and then it's going to slide in there like that. Okay, you're going to use the same two holes that you took them out of. So grab a couple of your big bolts, your 15mm headed bolts, and then just kind of get them good and started back in there. You know, just kind of finger started. You don't need to get too crazy at this point in time. And then we'll move on here. You can start this the last one too if you want to. If you forget, you can do it later, not a big deal. Okay, so now kind of start forming this to where it fits. So I've got this little triangle piece here. Okay, that's going to actually go underneath. So I'm going to bring this down around like that. I'm going to push it down under there, and I want to take this triangle piece and I want to poke it under here. Okay, and if Brandon can show you on camera on the other side, kind of zoom in there and look down in under there, and you can kind of see how that triangle flap is supposed to be setting in. All right, now, again, sometimes this piece right here comes in just a little bit far. If you want to trim it, you can. Typically, I just try to push the rubber over, and then I want to get my bolt restarted back in there. Okay, so I get my bolt restarted, and I'm going to give it just a little bit. I don't want it tight. Okay, but first, before I actually tighten it, I'm going to want to put this strap on there. So this strap right here, notice I have an oblong hole and I have a round hole. The round hole is going to go right here. Okay, so again, push this over like it's got some debris in there. Get your bolt started in there, and then just kind of get it a few threads started. It doesn't need to be tight at this point. Just kind of make sure that your threads grip. Okay, all right. I'm going to get down in position here. So I've got 3 holes here. So I've got one for this one, and then I've got the 2 hex or Torx bolts I took out. That's what these are for. Okay, this is going to be a long bolt, and it's going to have a washer on it. Okay, so one of these long bolts with a washer on it, you're going to put that in there through your strap, and you'll have to kind of tweak this to make it kind of a custom fit. So that'll come around. Again, you might have to give her the watt forward a little bit to shape that. And then that'll come around. You'll push that through that hole, and then have your buddy on the other side put the nut on it. That's why we give you an extra long bolt there. I tried to do it with shorter ones, and my buddy wasn't my buddy very long when I did that. Okay, so Jared's got it squared away there. All right, so now I've got another bolt here. So again, I've got another one of these, and I've got one of these short straps. Okay, this is going to be pointing forward. So I'll get that in there, and I'll get it started and kind of oriented forward. Okay, now this one down here, you kind of got to push that rubber in there to where it's a 90 degree. Get it down and tight against the bottom so you can get your bolt started. And then same thing, you want to orient that bracket towards the front. Okay? All right. Now, make sure that rubber flap goes down there. If you want to trim it, you can. It's not necessary. Same thing with this. If you want to trim that off just for your own peace of mind, you can, but it's not necessary. All right, so I'm going to tighten the hardware up, and will be one final step that we'll cover here in just a second. Last step, Brandon's going to get a shot here. If we come in behind the back of that flap, there's a hole between, just a slight little bit of a hole in between the frame and the rubber flap. And what we're going to do is we're going to get my favorite tool, a hammer, and just take that strap and just tap back on it until that hole is basically filled. So you're just kind of taking that and tapping on it until you kind of push that rubber back in there until that hole is basically filled. Like so. Okay? So now the beans can't get out. So that's our install, and hopefully it doesn't look like it's too bad. And if you got any questions or anything, well, don't hesitate to contact Sloan Express. Again, hopefully this kit will save you a lot of beans being on the ground behind your header, and make you a lot of money this year. But anyway, have a safe and happy harvest.